Good morning, all. Today I will explain the questions from previous question paper only, previous week question paper. See the first question, 55th question it is. 4 particles, each of mass 2 kg, are at the 4 corners of a square of side 2 meter. The moment of inertia of the system about a normal axis through the center of square. A square is taken, and at the 4 corners, 4 objects, particles were taken whose masses are 2 kg each, and side of each, the length of each side will be 2 meters given. And here the question is, you have to calculate the moment of inertia about an axis passing through center of square and normal to this. You should not consider the lengths of all the masses of all the side rods here. Just you can take only the 4 masses at 4 corners. So in this particular case, the moment of inertia, total moment of inertia is sum of moment of inertia of first particle plus I2 plus I3 plus I4 like this. Of course, all the masses are at same distance from center. So you can simply take 4 into I1. So for any particular particle, what is the formula for moment of inertia? That is nothing but m11 square. So mass is given 2 and distance is from here to here. And the total length of the diagonal will be root 2a, and the half of the diagonal length will be a by root. So here it will be a by root 2 whole square, that is 2a square by 2. And of course that is a square. So a is given here 2 meters only, na? So it is 4 only. So for each particle, the moment of inertia is 4 only. But for all the 4 particles, if you want to calculate the total moment of inertia, that is nothing but 4 into this 4. Totally 16. The unit for moment of inertia is kg meter square. Finally, for the given question, the answer is 16 kg meter square. Question number 56. A small object of uniform density rolls up a curved surface with an initial velocity v. It was just shown in the diagram also. It reaches up to a maximum height of 3v square by 4z with respect to the initial position. Then the object is. See here, initial kinetic energy is given. That is, what is the general formula for kinetic energy? It is rolling body. First, you have to understand that. In case of translatory motion, you can just write half mv square only. But in case of rolling motion, you have to take half mv square plus half I omega square. If half mv square is taken common, that is half mv square into 1 plus k square by r square. That is equal to potential energy. That is mgh only, na? mgh. This is the general formula. Now, you substitute the given values here. Half mv square into 1 plus k square by r square equal to mg into, what is the height value given? The maximum height it reaches, given 3v square by 4g. Of course, g and g will cancel here. The answer is 3 by 4 mv square. And mv square also will be cancelled on both sides. Then 1 plus k square by r square is equal to 3 by 2 only. And here k square by r square equal to 3 by 2 minus 1, that is half only. And finally k square is equal to r square by 2. Then what is the general formula for moment of inertia? Moment of inertia I equal to mk square, na? I equal to mk square. So m into r square by 2. So here we just got the answer for moment of inertia, that is mr square by 2. If it is mr square by 2, what type of body it will be? It will be a disk only. Disk, or you can also take that is solid cylinder. The answer is disk or solid cylinder. Question number 57. The radius of gyration of a solid sphere of diameter d about its tangential axis is. If I just consider a solid sphere, for solid sphere, if I draw a tangential axis here at any particular point, about any axis passing along the diameter, we know the formula, that is 2 by 5 into mr square. So that here the moment of inertia about tangential axis, if you want to write, so that is I equal to, according to parallel axis theorem, that is 2 by 5 mr square plus m into distance between the two axes will be r only, no? M into r square. How much it will be then? 2 by 5 mr square plus mr square, that will be 7 by 5 mr square. But it was not given in terms of radius, it was given in terms of diameter. So this will be 7 by 5 m into, in place of r you can write r. First of all, you better to write in terms of r only the radius of gyration. Radius of gyration k square can be taken as, k is the radius of gyration, k square can be taken as 7r square by 5, and k can be taken as root over 7 by 5, and root r square will be r only. But you have to write in terms of d only, no? So that just we can write here in terms of d, it is root over 7 by 5 into t by 2. So finally half into root over 7 by 5 into d. In any way you can write it. That is the answer for the given question. Question number 58. If f bar is given 6 I cap plus 2 j cap plus k cap, and r bar equal to 3 I cap plus 4 j cap plus 5 k cap, find r bar plus f bar, simply torque only. So it is simple cross product between two vectors. So just I will write here. To take the cross product between these two vectors, you can take the first row I, j, k. And the second row is the components of r bar only. The components of r bar is, they are 3, 4, and 5. The components of 4s are 6, 2, and 1. So now first you take the I component here. To calculate the I component, you have to take the product of 4 and 1, 4, minus 2 into 5, 10, minus j cap into, for j cap you have to write 3 into 1, 1, minus 5, 6 is 30, plus k cap into 6 minus 24. And finally it will be minus 6 I cap, and this is minus 29, plus 29 j cap, and this is minus 18 k cap. This is the answer for r bar cross f bar. Question number 59. A particle of mass 1 kg is projected with an initial velocity 10 meter per second at an angle of projection 45 degrees with the horizon. So it is just like a projectile motion only you have to consider. The average torque acting on the projectile between the time at which it is projected and the time at which it strikes the ground about the point of projection in Newton meter is. Okay, here you can just consider a horizontal axis and vertical axis, and here simply a particle was projected here with some initial velocity given 10 meter per second, and then it follows a parabolic path, we know that, and from this point to this point you have to calculate here the torque acting on it. And of course here it was given the initial velocity is given 10 only, 10 meter per second, and it is given 10 meter per second, and here the angle was taken 45 degrees. Generally, if the particle is projected with velocity u, then horizontal velocity will be u cos theta and vertical velocity will be u sin theta. We know that. Now, in this particular case, to calculate the torque Torque is nothing but rate of change of angular momentum here, dl by dt. And the formula for angular momentum will be mvr only. That you see here. Horizontally from this point to this point, if you want to see, then what is the angular momentum mvr? Mass is okay, mass m is to be taken. Velocity only along horizontal direction, you have to take the velocity. What is the formula for that? U cos theta. And r, that is distance. Horizontally the distance is nothing but range only. No? The formula for range is u cos theta into time period, whatever it is. That is t. If it reaches in within time t, then it will be into t. So this is the formula for angular momentum, that is m u square cos square theta into t. But to calculate tau, tau is nothing but dl by dt. Na? By taking derivative for this angular momentum with respect to time, that will be mu square cos square theta. Okay, now, so you can substitute all the values here then. What is mass value given? 1 kg, and u square is given 10 square, and cos square theta, cos square 45 degrees. This is 100 into cos 45 1 by root 2 only, 1 by root 2 whole square will be 1 by 2. Then finally 50, and unit for torque is Newton meter. And finally torque is equal to 50 Newton meter. Question number 60. A constant torque acting on a uniform circular wheel changes its angular momentum from 2a to 7a. A is not the unit there. It is simply 2a is completely the angular momentum value. So from 2a to 7a in 3 seconds, the torque acted on it is, and we know that very much simple. The torque is nothing but rate of change of angular momentum. Na? So tau can be written as change in angular momentum by change in time. Change in angular momentum will be 2a to 7a, in the sense difference will be 5a by time is 3 seconds. So answer will be 5a by 3 ohm. That much simple. Question number 61. A circular disc is rotating about its natural axis. That means for the disc about its natural axis, moment of inertia will be mr square by 2 only. No? For disc it is mr square by 2. With angular velocity 20 radian per second, its omega value was given. A second disc of same mass is joined to it coaxially. Okay, same mass was given for the second disc. If the radius of disc is half of radius of the first, then they together rotate with an angular velocity of. In second case, the mass of the disc was same as in the first case, but the radius was half only. So whenever another disc is attached to the first one, then the total angular momentum always remains constant in the whole rotation, because external force acting, external torque acting on that is not given. That means that is constant only. Only the change is the second one is added. So that here, since external torque is 0, then angular momentum L equal to constant. So in this particular case, first you have to understand that angular momentum L equal to constant. What is the formula for L? I omega equal to constant. That means you can simply write here I1 omega 1 equal to I2 omega 2. Now, in the first case, you see what is the formula for moment of inertia for a single disc, a single circular disc about its natural axis. The general formula we can write it as mr square by 2 into omega is given 20. In second case, when both the bodies are taken, so for the first body it is mr square by 2, and for the second body also general formula is mr square by 2. Of course, mass is same, but radius is half of the first one, whole square by 2 into omega 2. Then in this case, so mr square by 2 can be taken common here. No? then it will be 1 plus 1 by 4 you will get here into omega t. So here mr square by 2 into 20. Now mr square by 2 and mr square by 2 will get cancelled. 20 equal to 5 by 4 omega 2. Omega 2 equal to 20 into 4 by 5. And this will be how much then? 16 radian per second. Then this will be 16 radian per second. Question number 62. A particle of mass 1 kg is moving with linear velocity 2 I cap minus 2 j cap plus 3 k cap. So linear velocity v bar equation was given. If the radius vector r bar is given, the angular momentum of the particle is. And we know that here angular momentum L bar is equal to r bar cross p bar. P means momentum only. So I will just write here. For cross product, you can take the first row. In first row, that is ijk. R bar coordinates are 1, 2, minus 3 are the components. And for momentum p bar, that is mass into velocity. Mass is given 1 kg only. Even you multiply with this, the same components you will get. So that 2 minus 2, 3. You can just calculate now. I into 6 minus 6. Minus j cap into 3 plus 6 plus k cap into minus 2 minus 4. And totally I component will become 0 and j component will be minus 9 j cap. This will be minus 6 k cap. If you want to calculate the magnitude of L bar, that is root over 9 square plus 6 square. 9 square will be 81 plus 6 square will be 36. Totally it will be root over 117. Root over 117 units. Okay, that is the answer for angular momentum for the given question. Question number 6. The speed of a motor increases from 600 rpm to 1800 rpm in 20 seconds. How many revolutions does it make in this period of time? So, first of all, you write the given information, that is initial angular speed is 600 rotations per minute. You better write in terms of radian per second only. So 600 in terms of radians, if you want to write, into 2 pi radian for one rotation per 1 minute, in the sense 60 seconds in terms of radian per second. What is the answer then? 20 pi. And final angular velocity, that is 1800 rpm. If you calculate in the same way, you will get, this is triple of the initial only, no? So then it will be 60 pi only. And what is the formula we write for theta to calculate first? That means S equal to, you can write it as V square minus U square by 2A like that, 2A like that. In the same way here, omega final square minus omega initial square by 2 into acceleration. Acceleration has to be written alpha. And to calculate that, first you should know alpha value also, no? But you separately calculate alpha value also. To calculate alpha, you can just use V equal to omega final equal to, it is just like V equal to U plus AT. Omega initial plus alpha into T. And alpha is omega final minus omega initial by T. The difference is 60 pi minus 20 pi will be 40 pi by time was given 20 seconds. So this is simply 2 pi is alpha. So if you substitute all these values here, omega final square in the sense 60 pi whole square minus 20 pi whole square by 2 into alpha is 2 pi. Now 60 square is 3600 pi square minus 400 pi square. Total it is 3200 pi square by 2 into 2 pi, that is 4 pi. So 32 by 4 is 8 only, na? 800 pi. Theta is 800 pi, but you have to calculate number of revolutions, number of rotations. Number of rotations is nothing but total angle by 2 pi. Total angle by 2 pi. That will pi and pi will get cancelled here. Then it will be 400 rotations. Total rotations it can make is 400 rotations. Question number 64. A body of mass 2 kg is projected with a speed v at an angle 60 degrees to the horizon. When the body is at the highest point in its path, angular momentum of the body about the point of projection is. Okay, here again the projectile path was taken here. To calculate the angular momentum, it is nothing but r bar cross p bar only. So here you can write angular momentum L bar can be taken as r bar cross p bar. First of all, you have to know here that what is momentum. Momentum at the highest point is m into u cos theta only, na? At highest point, the velocity is only u cos theta. Of course, it is along horizontal direction, so that I cap m is given 2, and in place of velocity, it is given v, and cos theta is cos 60 degrees. And what about the position vector r? R is nothing but the maximum height at that particular point. What is the formula for maximum height? Maximum height will be u square sin square theta by 2z. So u square means v square, sin square theta in the sense sin square 60 degrees by 2z. This will be sin 60 will be how much? Root 3 by 2. Sin square will be 3 by 4. So 3 v square by 8g. And of course, this is along j cap. So if I just calculate r bar cross b bar, I cap cross j cap will be r bar cross p bar, not j cap cross I cap. So j cap cross I cap will be minus k cap. Okay. And the product of these two r and p. So for p it is 2v cos 60. Cos 60 will be half only, na? So 2 into v into half only. That will be v only. So 3v square by 8g into v. Finally, it is 3v cube by 8g minus k cap. That is the answer for angular momentum. Question number 65. Starting from rest, a wheel rotates with uniform angular acceleration 3 pi radian per second square. So initially it was given omega initial is 0 and alpha is given 3 pi radian per second square. Its angular acceleration ceases to act. Its angular displacement in the next 2 seconds. After 2 seconds, angular acceleration ceases to act. That means it was not there after 2 seconds. But after 2 seconds, from initial omega to it reaches some particular value for omega. First of all, you try to calculate what is final value of angular velocity. That is v equal, according to formula, v equal u plus at. 0 plus alpha t. Alpha is 3 pi into t will be 2 seconds on. So 6 pi is the final velocity after 2 seconds. Then what happened? Then at that particular case, alpha is not acting. That means it is just like uniform circular motion. In that particular case, angular displacement theta is nothing but omega into t. And that at that particular position, omega will be 6 pi into 2 seconds was given. After 2 seconds, they are asking here. So that finally it will be 12 pi. 12 pi radian is the answer. Question number 66. The linear velocity of a rotating body is given by v bar equal to omega bar cross r bar. If omega bar is given, r bar is given in vector form. Then the magnitude of V bar, just you can take cross product of omega bar and R bar. Again, I won't solve the cross product here. You just try to solve it. Question number 67. A sphere rolls down on an inclined plane of inclination theta. What is the acceleration as the sphere reaches bottom? When you consider the rolling motion along the incline, then we have the formula for acceleration, that is simply already derived in the regular classes. That is acceleration A equal to G sin theta by 1 plus K square by R square. And this is G sin theta by 1 plus, what is K square for sphere? Let me consider it is solid sphere only. Then it is K square will be 2 by 5 R square only, na? By R square. Then it will be G sin theta by 1 plus 2 by 5, that is 7 by 5. And finally it is 5 by 7 G sin theta. This is the acceleration for the given question. Question number 68. If A is the aerial velocity of a planet of mass m, the angular momentum is, aerial velocity is given. We know that aerial velocity is dA by dt. And aerial velocity is always equal to half r square omega. Aerial velocity is, we know that it is half r square omega. And you have to write the formula for angular momentum, na? So that better you multiply with m on both sides. Then you will get m into dA by dt equal to half into mr square omega. Mr square in the sense moment of inertia only, na? This is half into I omega. I omega is nothing but angular momentum L only. So this is L by 2. So m into aerial velocity dA by 2, area by time, that was taken simply A only. So that ma equal to L by 2. So angular momentum L will be how much then? L will be 2 ma. So that second option will be the correct one here. Question number 69. Two thin uniform circular rings, each of radius 10 centimeter and mass 0.1 kg, are arranged such that they have common center and their planes are perpendicular to each other. Okay, two rings are taken whose planes are perpendicular to each other. The moment of inertia of the system about an axis passing through their common center and perpendicular to plane of one of the ring. For one ring, if the axis is perpendicular to the plane, for other ring, definitely it should be parallel to the ring only, na? So in one case, the moment of inertia will be, I will write here, in one case the moment of inertia will be mr square, because perpendicular to plane of ring and passing through the center. And in second case, it is in the plane, so the formula will be mr square by 2. Totally the formula is 3 mr square by 2. Since both rings are identical, we are taking same mass value and same radius value. So what are the mass and radius values given? Radius given 10 centimeters, mass is 0.1 kg. 3 by 2 into 0.1 into radius is 10 centimeter, that means 10 power minus 1 meter. So 10 power minus 1 whole square. This will be totally 10 power minus 3. 1.5 into 10 power minus 3, moment of inertia only, na? So the unit will be kg meter square. Question number 70. The wheel of a car is rotating at the rate of 1200 revolutions per minute. So initially the angular velocity is given 1200 revolutions per minute. Better you write in terms of radian per second, so that one revolution means 2 pi radian by 60 seconds for 1 minute. Then how much it will be? 60 20s only, na? that will be 20 into 2 pi. 40 pi is the initial acceleration. And after applying some after pressuring the accelerator, here the final angular velocity also was given. Final angular velocity is 4,500 revolutions. That means into 2 pi by per minute was given, so 60. So how much it will be? 230 is a 3 150 is a. So finally 150 pi. Now what is the time given here? Within 10 seconds it was happened. Now the question is, you have to calculate angular acceleration. So we know that angular acceleration alpha is nothing but, it is just like a equal to v minus u by t from the formula v equal to u plus at. So here omega final minus omega initial by time only. So the difference between omega final and omega initial will be 150 minus 40, 110 pi by 10 seconds. So finally alpha will be 11 pi radian per second square. Answer is 11 pi radian per second square. Question number 71. Two small spheres of mass 2 kg and 10 kg are joined by a rod of length 1 meter and of negligible mass. The rod mass was negligible, so it is very much simple. The moment of inertia of the system about an axis passing through center of rod and normal to it is. So simply it is only, you can consider two particles here. So that is I equal to m1 r1 square plus m2 r2 square. m1 r1 square in the sense 2 into, from each particle is it is at half meter distance only, because the distance between the two spheres was given 1 meter, na? So this will be half meter, half whole square, plus in the second case it will be 10 into half whole square. This will be 2 by 4 will be 1 by 2 plus 10 by 4 will be 5 by 2. Total it will be 6 by 2 and answer will be 3 kg meter square. And finally the moment of inertia of the given system will be 3 kg meter square. Question number 72. A particle of mass 100 units is moving with a uniform speed v equal to pi root 5 units in xy plane along a line y equal to 2x plus 5. The magnitude of angular momentum of the particle about the horizon. So angular momentum is mvr only, mass given, velocity given, the distance or perpendicular distance you have to find out. And you have to find out here perpendicular distance between the horizon and that line given. What is the line equation given? Y equal to 2x plus 5 something. Let me consider this indicates y equal to 2x plus 5. So I will write a general equation to calculate the perpendicular distance here. To calculate the perpendicular distance between one point x1 comma y1 and a line is generally taken as ax plus by plus c equal to 0. In this particular case, to calculate the perpendicular distance, the formula is modulus ax plus by plus c by root over a square plus b square. That is the general formula. According to this, here the point was given horizon. From horizon we are taking here the distance, perpendicular distance about horizon given. And if you this equation, according to this, 2x minus y plus 5 equal to 0. That is the general formation of given equation. Now we substitute here in place of x and y. If you substitute 0 and 0, then you will get 5 by root over x component square plus y component square. X component square will be 2 square 4 plus 1. So what is the perpendicular distance here? 5 by root 5. That is simply root 5 only. Now to calculate angular momentum, that is the question here. To calculate angular momentum L, that is m into v into perpendicular distance only. So mass is given 100 units, velocity is given 5 root 5, and perpendicular distance we calculated, that is root 5 from the general formula. Root 5 into 5, 5 only. 5 5 is 25, 2500. So 2500 units. So this is the answer for angular momentum. Here the important factor is how to find out perpendicular distance. If you want to calculate the perpendicular distance of a line from any particular point, some x1 comma y1, then the formula is a modulus of ax1 plus by1 plus c by root over a square plus b square. By using that, we calculate the perpendicular distance. Okay. Question number 73. Three identical rings, each of mass m and radius r, are placed in the same plane, touching each other such that their centers form the vertices of an equilateral triangle. You can just imagine that they are just like this, and their centers form some equilateral triangle, and the radius of each one can be taken r only. So the side length of each side of the triangle will be 2r only. In this particular case, the question is the moment of inertia of system about an axis passing through center of one of the rings and perpendicular to its plane. For example, if it is the ring taken, about this axis, what is the moment of inertia of this ring? mr square. Plus, about this axis only, what is the moment of inertia of this ring? About this axis, mr square. About this axis, by applying parallel axis theorem, mr square plus m into 2r whole square. For the third one also the same thing, mr square plus m into 2r whole square. And finally, the moment of inertia is equal to mr square plus 4mr square plus mr square plus 4mr square. Total it will be 11 mr square. And 11 mr square is the correct answer for the given question. Question number 75. A disk is at rest at the top of a rough inclined plane. It rolls without slipping. At the bottom of inclined plane, there is a vertical groove of radius r. In order to loop the groove, the minimum height of the incline required is. We will just draw the rough diagram for the given question. For example, the body is falling from this type of incline, and at the bottom part, it was given a groove like this. When it comes to this particular point, it has to rotate along this path also. So let me consider the height h only, that you have to find out, I think. So mgh is the potential energy there. When it comes to this point, we know that total kinetic energy is from translation and rotational motion also. So the total kinetic energy will be this much. And what is the minimum velocity that the body should have at this point to make complete vertical rotation here? That we know that is root over 5 r. So that mgh equal to the minimum velocity should be given at the bottom point to make complete vertical rotation will be root 5 r. So v square will be 5 rg into 1 plus what type of body it was given? Disk only given. For disk, k square by r square will be 1 by 2. Why? Because the moment of inertia is mr square by 2, na? So that. So of course m and m will cancel here. So h you have to calculate, na? H equal to 5r. Of course z also will be calculated. 5r by 2 into 3 by 2. And how much it will be then? 15 r by 4 only. And finally, the height should be how much then? That should be 15 r by 4. Question 76. A solid cylinder and a spherical shell. Both are spheres only. Okay. One is solid cylinder, other is spherical shell. Roll down an incline from rest from same height. On the same incline, they are falling down. The ratio of times taken by them. So time only they're asking. So time is directly proportional to, we already have derived the equation, root over 1 plus k square by r square. In both the cases, T1 by T2 equal to root over 1 plus, for the first body, let me consider the first body is solid cylinder. Solid cylinder is just like a disc only, na? So what is k square by r square? Half 1 by 1 plus spherical shell. There it will be 2 by 3 is the k square by r square. That is equal to root over, this is 3 by 2 by 3, this is 5 by 3. And totally this will be root over 9 by 10. So the ratio of time taken is equal to root over 9 by 10. That can be taken as 3 by root 10 also. Question number 77. A uniform solid sphere of mass 0.5 kg rolls on a horizontal surface without slipping. If the velocity of center of mass is 4 centimeter per second, the work done in stopping the sphere. When it is moving with some velocity, then first of all, you better calculate the kinetic energy. Okay, the value of kinetic energy of the given solid sphere will be, what is the total kinetic energy of the body? Since it is rolling, you have to see that. Since it is rolling, the formula for kinetic energy is half mv square into 1 plus k square by r square. And this is equal to half into mass is given 0.5, velocity square, velocity is 4 centimeter per second. In terms of meter per second, 4 into 10 power minus 2. V square in the sense 16 into 10 power minus 4 into 1 plus k square by r square for solid sphere. For solid sphere, the formula is 2 by 5 mr square, na? So that k square by r square will be 2 by 5. We can just calculate this. 16 by 2 only, 8 into 0.5, 4 only. So 4 into 10 power minus 4 into 1 plus 2 by 5 will be 7 by 5. So totally 28 by 5. 28 by 5 will be 5.6 into 10 power minus 4 joule. This is the kinetic energy. And the question is to completely stop the sphere. That means the initial kinetic energy is this much, 5.6 into 10 power minus 4 joule. And final kinetic energy should be 0 only. We have to stop it. That means the change in kinetic energy is nothing but work done. So work done is nothing but change in kinetic energy. So this value to 0 in the sense, this only the change in kinetic energy. So answer will be 5.6 into 10 power minus 4 joule. Question number 79. A uniform sphere of mass 500 gram rolls without slipping on a plane horizontal surface with its center moving at a speed of 5 centimeter per second. Its kinetic energy is, it is just moving on horizontal surface only, just it is rolling down, rolling. So that the formula is, for kinetic energy, the formula can be written as, this is half mv square into 1 plus k square by r square. Since it is uniform sphere, you can take it as solid sphere. So half into mass is 500 grams in the sense, in terms of SI unit, it is half kg. Into velocity square, velocity is 5 centimeter per second, that is 5 into 10 power minus 2. Square will be 25 into 10 power minus 4 into 1 plus k square by r square. For solid sphere, it will be 2 by 5. So 1 by 4 into 25. So 25 by 4 into 10 power minus 4, and this will be 7 by 5. So this will be 5 5s are, and 5 7s are 35 by 4. 35 by 4 in the sense, 4 8 are 32.8.7 something into 10 power minus 4. And finally, the kinetic energy is 8.7 into 10 power minus 4 joules only.